Bandersnatch.
It's an adventure game.
Based it on the book. Jerome F. Davies was a genius.
See that bloke who went cuckoo and cut his wife's head off?
When it's a concept piece, a bit of madness is what you need.
Were you guys fans of Black Mirror before signing on to the project?
Massive fan.
Massive?
Yeah.
Yeah, as was I. Loved Black Mirror. Hadn't seen everything. I guess I was relatively late to the party, but I kind of started from the beginning with the first episode with Daniel Kaluuya, and then kind of worked my way through and absolutely loved it. Quickly became pretty obsessed, and so delighted and very, very honoured to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen this one yet, or played it rather, and what are your thoughts on how it turned out?
Played some of.
Yeah.
Played some of it, yeah. I think that everyone involved did a really great job at making it turn out the way it did. I was finding it very difficult when we were actually filming it to imagine what it would be like because of the interactive element, and also I'm really impressed. I mean, I really love David Slade, the director, and his style of shooting is very particular. Sort of this interesting close-ups of random things, and the very vivid colours and the sort of harshness of everything. I thought it was the shots, which is obviously a credit to DPs as well, were just, I thought they were really interesting.
Yeah. A few things speak better to David's versatility than when you compare Metalhead, which he also directed, to this. Like talking about those vivid colours and how it's stylised, couldn't be more different to the very filmic black and white Metalhead. So he's incredible and you know, did such an amazing job of wrangling in all these different narrative strands and certainly shepherding me through it, because I was a nightmare.
I think all of us shepherding all of us through it. I mean, he really had a lot. He had a lot to think about, and I think it was not a task that you would take on lightly as a director. And I think that he really sort of smashed it. Yeah.
He did, and you guys did as well.
Thank you very much.
And how was it working on something this experimental as opposed to good old-fashioned traditional filmmaking?
It's very different.
Yeah.
It's just very different. I mean, I would say...
Would you prefer one to the other?
No.
Would you say?
No. I don't prefer one to the other. I would say that we were the guinea pigs for this format in terms of interactive television and film, which meant that any kinks that need to be worked out in terms of the shoot and everything were sort of... We were kind of there as a gauge for that because it's a very complex thing, excuse me, to try and do.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say I prefer one or the other, but I would say that I don't think that one is necessarily better than the other. I think they can run alongside, you know.
And this might sound like a reach, but I genuinely felt like there was an element, because there was so much to do in the post-production process, and so much of what you created was ultimately going to be shaped by the viewer. There was a sense during the production of it that you weren't fully in control of what you were creating. There was an actual sense of, I am not entirely the decider of my own destiny, and that was quite unnerving, and I'm only kind of realising that now in this interview, and it's freaking me out a little bit. I'll be honest.
It's okay, you'll be alright. In through the nose.
Yeah,
out through the mouth.
Yeah.